This is the first video I'm making under the rebranded with.OHLEEN. Nothing is changing other than the name. It gives me tunnel vision and it also gives me opportunities and just free to spread my wings. That's the gist of it. To why you are here, or why the title of this video. This is coming from my personal experience. These are my personal opinions. Feel free to add your 2 bobs and cents in the comment section, but be nice. There is no need to be any other way but nice. So recently, my definition of traveling has become, how do I go here? Wherever here is, how do I go there for a minimum of 2 weeks? Because I honestly feel like the best way to travel is to immerse yourself as much as realistically as possible in the culture, in the place, wherever you've gone. Immerse yourself as much as possible. Live like a local. Do as the locals do. One of the ways that you can really immerse yourself and really get the best out of that place, and the best for you and the locals that you're going to interact with. I'm going to start there with this video. I say it as number one, and I say it as a benefit because the longer you spend somewhere, the more you're actually able to immerse yourself. Last year was my first time doing a solo trip. And last year was the first time I ever traveled to Africa solo. I'm Zimbabwean, and obviously I would visit home here and there, go to my parents' house and go and see relatives, and that's it. One of the things that's on my list to do is to go to Zimbabwe, but not visit anything to do with family, not visit family, nothing. I want to do things that I've never been to Victoria Falls. I don't know anything about Zim, and I would love to experience Zimbabwe from the eyes of a tourist, even though it's my home country. I guess I'll probably have to see family because I need to go and sort out my passport. I really want my Zimbabwean passport back. But anyway, priority right now when anything Zimbabwean is to go and just see my country and appreciate what it has, the landmarks and the popular things that I haven't had a chance to do. Point number 2 for me on my list is, whenever you leave England, whenever you leave I want to say all of Europe at this point, whenever you leave this Wests, time just moves so slow in a good way. I used to say this was down to Zimbabweans, because obviously I don't ever been to Zim. I say it's to do with Zimbabweans being, chill and, pally and just, But no. Time I think what it is in England, I can only speak for England, obviously, because that's where I live. Every minute, every hour is accounted for. They will call it productivity, right? Which I guess it is. You're being responsible with your time. This is the thing, the African time mentality, the chilledness, the nonchalant towards punctuality. I think it stems from just living. When you're in Africa, every minute, every hour, every day, you feel it. Not in a robotic, not in a systematic way, but just that you are very conscious, you're very aware, but you're not under pressure. I have to put this as a benefit for traveling, especially to, in Africa. I haven't been, I've been to China. That's the only other continent I've been, but predominantly Africa and Europe, and those are my main comparisons. This is where my comparisons coming from. When I was in Nigeria, when I was in Ghana, when I was in South Africa, there's a pace that enables you to just appreciate what you're doing right now. There's a pace that allows you to see and feel and experience life, really. And that is lacking here in England. I don't know what it is. Please define it for me. Word it in your way in terms of what is that? But it's a benefit that you should absolutely be excited to bask in if you're thinking and planning and considering traveling and you haven't done it yet. If you have, I know you know what I mean. I know you know what I'm talking about. You really feel life for what it is. You will see people with very little and they're so happy. And I think it's because of the definition of the word happy, what we have made happiness, what we've defined it to be. I watched the Best Food Review channel, and he went to a village somewhere, got where, and one of the things he came back with, I know people hate this, like, oh my god, they're so happy, oh my god, I should appreciate what I have, and I understand why, but there is facts in that statement. You will see people with very little and they're so happy. It's because of the definition of the word happy, what we have made happiness, what we've defined it to be. And then coupled with, it's not robotic, it's not it's not crazy systematic. One could argue it's the lack of infrastructure, it's the lack of opportunities, it's the lack of productivity. There is an argument, but whilst we're not arguing that, we're not arguing economics, or we're not talking about economics right now, we're talking about your well-being, where you will get the most of life for what you need as an opposite to what you're experiencing, as an opposite to what I'm experiencing in England. I will absolutely encourage you to bask in the moments where there is a slower pace, there is appreciation in every little mundane thing that you see, feel and experience. And in Africa, that's where it's at. I think the sweet spot, the dream for me is Africa as a continent being able to achieve productivity, systems, infrastructure, responsibility with our resources, and still have that feeling of living life. To have it all, basically, to have it all. Okay, this one should have been top of my list, but obviously not everything is money. Yeah, but money matters. And because money matters, you have to look after it. And after you've bought your flight ticket, once you're there, oh my God, your money goes a long way. Your money goes such a long way. There's a girl that went viral, that is going viral right now, for flying for one day from America to Nigeria to do her hair. I look at that video and I don't see her trying to say, because it's cheaper, that's why I did it. It's not about money. It's about what you get for your money. No matter what money you have, you will get significantly more than whatever. If you present the same value here and the same value there, you're gonna get significantly more. In my experience, when I visited Nigeria, the whole show there, it's a ego massaging escapade. Everyone is out to make you feel the best they can make you feel. You will meet crazy people. Sometimes you will experience madness, but the one bad egg won't mean everyone is the same. Typically, when you are getting a service in Africa, it is above and beyond. This is assuming you've done your due diligence and you've gone to a place that you can see, okay, these are my people. This is my clan, right? Do you know how much it's so refreshing going somewhere and you're not being stared at for being black? It's so refreshing knowing that unless I go somewhere obvious where it's predominantly just locals, I'm not going to stick out like a sore thumb and then become conscious of the fact that I stick out, and so I'm not present anymore in what I'm experiencing. So refreshing being able to go and just be and just I love people watching. It's just nice to be amongst my people. And where that trickles into is beauty treatments. I will trust a beautician who handles my skin and my skin tone on a day-to-day basis than somebody who has them as a customer here and there. And yes, they will have the products, but it's another thing specializing on black skin, on black hair, on black health. It's another thing completely. And that's why, I really want a life where I'm able to utilize African talent, African knowledge for things to do with my body, because quite frankly, they will know what's up. Second from last on my list is one thing that is very refreshing for me, because a lot of things in Africa or in the places I visited are still untapped. They're still very natural. They're still very raw. That's not to take advantage. What it means is whenever you do anything, whenever you choose to do any kind of contribution, the impact, you will feel it and you will see it. What often happens, I know I'm working towards this thing. I know I've contributed towards this thing, but tangibly, physically, you don't see, you just know that I've done this thing. When you travel to certain places, the impact you make, you see it and you feel it. You are with them in that experience. And I really, 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 really love that. I love that kind of micro impact. I'm not saying any other is wrong, right, the best, the worst, should be, shouldn't be. I'm just saying, know that should you decide to do anything in a country that has so much rawness, so much local business, so much local produce, your impact, your input is going to be so felt you are going to see it, they're going to see it. And this is not to say it has to be grand, it has to be big, it has to be on a large scale. There's no small, there's no big, there's no medium. There is you and your choice and what you believe you can and want to do. You will see the difference and you will feel the impact. It may not be enough. In fact, it will not be enough, but it will be what you can do. Onto a fun one, kind of back up to my other point, which is you get more for your money. The quality of food when you are in Africa. Goddamn. I always say this, a tomato tastes like a tomato. I don't like vegetables. I like fruits. Gosh, I love fruit. A good fruit I love. When I'm back home, fruits and veg I love because they're yummy. Like there was a restaurant, I spent much of my time there in Cape Town. The food was good. The chicken was chickening. Like it tasted good. The chances of things being important are very slim. It's likely what you're eating came from down the road. And so you're eating its peak of freshness and its best, right? Organic or non-organic. It's just what you're going to get. It's the standard. It's normal. But when you're here, you pay an arm and a leg for it. It still won't be the same because it's been imported. So that's an advantage, major advantage that you should be looking forward to. The last one is a little bit controversial in the sense that it's to do with escapism. It's to do with breaking habits. It's to do with going out there to find yourself. For many people, that's a touchy one. It typically represents someone very different going to somewhere opposite to where they come from and then coming back saying, oh my gosh, I'm so grateful for what I have. That's not what I mean. Even though I honestly think also there is some truth in going somewhere very different, challenging yourself, pushing yourself, and coming back with gratitude, there is some truth to that. However, we have a personal, individual responsibility for when you travel, go with a plan and mission to see yourself, assess your life, take stock, build new good habits, build new good routines. Life in the UK for me feels robotic at times. Traveling is an opportunity for you to break that feeling and to build new habits and to build a new perception. You cannot change everything about your life and you cannot change all in one trip, but mindset is like chipping each time you tackle or become aware of whatever it is in your life. Whilst you're out enjoying, experiencing, remember you. Don't get lost in the sauce. Don't get lost in, oh my gosh, you're amazing. When you travel, you are the new glittery, so different. There's something about you. You will probably catch feelings. In fact, you will. This will happen. But the thing is, when you take the moments, when you take the experiences, when you take the people you meet and put them in the life you live in, would that relationship still exist with the same strength? I've had moments like that where I'm like, I want to move here, I want to live here, I want to drop all else and move here. Listen, you can lose yourself in the sauce. Be careful. But at the same time, use that to your advantage. Take it in, see yourself, see what you're seeing, take it all in and reassess and reshape and take stock and break bad habits, good habits, embed them, add them in. Be kind to yourself. Of course, don't do too much, but be present and be aware. Journal, write things down. Make sure you don't lose yourself in escapism. Make sure you don't get confused with this is better, this is worse, whichever you might think it is. It's a moment, and the key thing is for you to build habits, atomic habits, small but impactful. I think I'm going to wrap it up here with this video. I hope this has been helpful. What other things can you add from your experience from traveling? Add little bits and bobs in the comment section so we can all learn from each other. Thank you so much for staying to the end, and I will see you in the next video. Stay safe.